What's up, guys? We're back working on the Super Duke. So tank's off, sensor's out, gasket surface is resealed. So this sensor, it was leaking from the sensor itself as well. You see all that? And then try to get it focused in on there, but on those inside edges, you can see it's not sealed anymore. So this sensor's no good. So the tank was leaking. I changed the O-ring. It was still leaking a little bit, so then I changed the O-ring again. And the second time I put a thin bead of JB Weld just around these edges, just in case. And this is that sensor that was leaking. That actually held up for like a week. And then I went for a good ride, and this bike vibrates a lot, so it started leaking again. But now that I have it apart, I honestly think it was just leaking through the sensor now, and that I probably had a good seal on there. But I got that all cleaned up, so now we have some options. Let's go inside and look at the computer, and we'll see. Because this is an 08, which is crazy that an 08 is what, 17 years old now? So we can order a new one. It looks like you can still get a new one. If we go to KTM Parts Nation, right over here. So this is the sensor here, which is $71. They don't even sell the O-ring separate. $71 for a new one plus shipping. Or we can go to eBay. eBay has a used one for $40. How much is this shipping? How much is the shipping on this? Plus $20 shipping, so $60 for a used one. And then, or I went to Lowe's for now for $1.78. I got this rubber plug. I think I might just put this in there for now. I'm gonna order a sensor, but I personally don't care about a low fuel sensor. Like every other street bike, every 100 miles you fill up, whatever. Or you open the gas cap and you look in there. But I don't think I want to put another used one and have the same problem, so I'm going to order the new one. But we're going to try this in the meantime, just for giggles. Let's see if this works. Alright, we went to the store. We had got that rubber grommet. I'm going to order the sender, but I'm just going to try this for fun, just to see if it is a solution. Because that's kind of weird that the sensor itself is leaking. So I went ahead and I made this little bracket out of aluminum, and then the grommet here, you see it's got that little lip on there on the top. I wish it had it all the way around. Like on this one section of it, it's like sanded smooth. This is one of those things I wish I would have noticed. Oh, I mean, you would have never thought about it beforehand, but I would have looked for one that had a bigger lip on it. I almost am inclined to go back to the store. So this fits right in there, you know. That's right where it's at without any pressure. And there's actually like a little high spot right here, and part of me wants to grind it, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But so I was worried about this thing pushing in all the way when I put the bracket on there, because the bracket, you can't have too much pressure because of these nutserts, so you kind of need it to just be nice and snug. And I was worried about it pushing in since it's so close, and then I decided I drilled a little hole in it and another hole in the bracket so I can put a screw, so the grommet will be screwed to the bracket. So even if it decides to slide it through and push in, it won't fall into the tank. So I really kind of want to grind that high spot because that keeps it from going in nice and flush, but you can hear it too. You hear that? I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to mess with that. But if you jam this in there, it really wants to just fall into the tank. But there's that whole section of it that doesn't have that lip on there. And man, do I wish the whole thing, if this thing had a nice little lip, you know, like a face that went around there too. Oh, it would feel so good. I really think I might go back to the store and look for another one that has that lip on there. Because that would really make a big difference. Because where it wants to, the spots where it has that little lip, I know it's going to seal perfect, but I don't know, it is kind of good. I think I don't know if it's going to go in. I'm going to put this one on just to mess around. So you got that there, and then you got this bracket. If you put this bracket straight on there, it's going to pull too hard on these nutserts and might push that in too hard also. So I have a couple different washers here. They're all different thicknesses. So let's pop this grommet back out, and I think that and we're gonna need some spacers too, just because this bracket, and I don't know, depending on what washers, it'll be almost as close as that, but I know these don't, you know, those are short bolts and you can't, they're gonna bottom out, so we might have to put some spacers on top also. So what I'm trying to show you is that little lip on there. So we want to see which washer is close, but not bigger than it. And I think that this black washer is looking pretty good. Or this other one here. Maybe I'll use this one. This one will have some good pressure on it. And it'll have some good pressure on it. And should hold it in there. Alright, I'm going to put this together and see what it looks like. But I think I'm going to go back to the store and buy another grommet. Okay guys, I got this all back together. I went back to the store. I actually had to go to another store because when I went there before, this was the last one they had of this size. This was a number 4, and then the next side they had was a number 7. And that had this little lip, but it wasn't all the way around it, you know? So I went and got I went and bought a couple more, and I took the one that had the best lip on it. It wasn't much more, but so I got my bracket, and I had to use some washers to space it out so it didn't totally crush it or pull the nutserts out. You know, you want to just snug, not too tight. And then I put that screw in the middle. God forbid there's too much pressure and it pushes the plug all the way in, it won't fall in the tank. But I'm gonna let this sit overnight and kind of let it form and take shape before I try putting gas in there. You can see how this thing, it kept leaking from here and then coming down. Oh, I should have did that the other way. It kept leaking from here and then dripping down and then down the motor of the bike. But I think I got it. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's see if I can get it in there. Better light. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think it's gonna hold up? I'll order the new gauge. I personally don't care for it, but I mean, if I'm selling it, I try to make everything work. But that's it. It's in there. I'm gonna let that sit overnight. Tomorrow I'll put gas in there. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna clean up and I'm done for the night. It's Sunday night. So tomorrow when I get home from work, I'll put gas in that. And if it don't leak, I'm gonna put it on the bike, take it for a ride. And if it stays dry, we're gonna leave that until we get the new sensor. And honestly, I'll probably leave it until I go to sell it, and then I'll pull it out of there and, you know, make everything nicey nice. But this would be fine. As long as it don't leak, this will be fine for now. I mean, I just want it rideable. You can't be riding it if it's leaking gas. So that's it. Have a good night. Hey guys, we're back at it again. Just got off of work, went and got some gas. Started putting some gas in the tank. See how it holds up. So we went and got some of that premium octane. If that makes any sense. We went and got some premium fuel. And we're gonna put gas in the tank now. I already put about a gallon in there, and it's past where I had put the plug in there, and it wasn't leaking. So we'll put the rest of this gas in here. Oh yeah, the good stuff. All right, that's that. I don't know if you can see in there. Let's see if I can light it up. Man, it's so close, but the plug's like right in there, that little bump you're seeing in there. Oh, you can almost see it. I don't know how clear it really is gonna be for you guys, but you can see it right there. And then you come under here. It's looking pretty good. It's looking dry. So we're gonna put the tank back on. And then take it for a little ride and see if it holds up. When I had replaced the O-ring last time, even with a little bit of sealer on there, it started wasn't leaking at first, but then after I rode it down the Red Rock Canyon, by the time I got there, it started leaking. But it looks like the sensor itself started leaking again too, which is weird. So let's get this tank back on there. Okay, we're gonna take the KTM. Made some progress on this last night. So on Monday, I think that was Monday after work, I had resealed that, put that plug in there where the low fuel sensor was on the gas tank. I was gonna ride it that night and I never did get to go. But today's Saturday. Let's take it for a ride and see if it holds up. Bad man, bad down there. It's hiding. Holy smoke. Come on, man.